Hey everyone. Today I want to come and address some things because I have been getting a lot of emails, calls, texts and stuff, friends, family, people, here on YouTube about they're just battling lingering symptoms. Now, of course, right now, right here is lingering symptoms and they're going to think Rona. And a lot are battling that. Some are just one or two symptoms and some, a list of symptoms. Everyone's a little different and these will kind of cover all of that. But the thing with, Rona, we have to remember is it is viral, just like the flu or common colds or everything else that are viral. So you can have lingering symptoms if, you've had a bad case of the flu or you just are really run down and had just a nasty cold or a sinus infection or whatever. So this, our bodies are still going to do a lot of this, same symptoms. And a lot of times our symptoms are mainly from our own immune system. It's just because our body is trying to, rid or clear out, if there's some pathogen, a virus, bacteria, whatever's going on with you. A lot of people take things to suppress symptoms, and that's not fixing anything. That's just so you don't feel yucky, because our immune system, when it's doing its job, that's what's making us feel bad. Same thing with fevers. People always try to suppress fevers. Yes, there are situations about fevers if you are in risk of, seizures. I've talked about this before. If there's some reason there's a high risk for you to run a fever, be smart and take care of that. But every 4 hours, alternate Motrin, Tylenol, get that fever. People treat fevers as they're bad or it's dangerous, or that is the illness, and it's not. That, if you can let a fever run and do its thing, you're going to get better a lot quicker. But as far as the lingering symptoms for, if it's Rona, you've been getting over the flu or whatever, I mean, it could be a lot of people, it's the fatigue. I'm so fatigued, I can't bounce back. If you're, the shorter breath, and a lot of that times that comes with being fatigued. Or some people have this cough, and it could just be a nagging cough. Now, if you have a cough that you're like, something's going on, I may have like pneumonia, or, listen to your body and know, but sometimes it's just a lingering irritant. Or, you'll have that tickle in your throat. It could be postnasal drip or something that's causing that. A lot of people are just really still achy. You get the muscle and joint achy stuff, chest, nasal congestion symptoms a lot of it is just inflammation. You may not be having any production, but it's an inflammation that's causing you to, feel bad. A lot of these things will take care of it. And some of it's just, after being sick, you're kind of taxed, and it's just, I can't rid these symptoms I have, and I'm not really sick anymore. So some of the things that will help that, a big thing is your vitamin D. Talk about vitamin D if it's, from the sun. But if you're just, I'm having these lingering symptoms, and like I said, they will last weeks or months for some people. Everyone's different, and a lot of factors play into that, whether it's if you have other conditions, how sick you were, how long you were sick, your age. So everyone's going to be a little different. But with the vitamin D, of course, I say the sunshine, but 10,000 IUs a day when you're battling this is a good a good dosage for something like that. That really helps. That's going to help overall with all of these things. Your vitamin C, of course. I would at least do 500 milligrams of that every day. Zinc. You got to take your zinc. Again, these are immune boosters, and it's going to help your body rid of these symptoms and things that have gone on that it's caused within itself to try to kill off whatever was going on. Apple cider vinegar is great. I would take 1 tablespoon in a glass of water. It could just be a small amount of water, but please dilute that. Do that 3 times a day. It's fantastic for, if it's the symptoms or getting rid of mucus or allergies or whatever's going on, it will help that. And listen to your body. If you need a nap, if you're like, I'm just so tired, you need a nap. Our bodies recover when, we sleep the most. And so listen to it. You may just need to give yourself extra time and, take you a nap. And it's going to help. I know a lot of times, and I'm awful for it. I just want to push through. I have things to do. I'm not a sit around. I'm busy and I want to get on. I don't have time to be sick. That's what I always say. But we do. We have to listen to our bodies. And if it needs some rest, then we just need to let it rest, and so it can recover. Of course, cut out alcohol and sugar. That's, those things that cause a lot of problems inflammation in our body anyways. It's just going to be fighting against itself with doing that. Himalayan salt is good. That's the salt, I use in my house. It's packed full of minerals and everything. And that helps. I recommend people switch to that unless you have something that you have a problem with using Himalayan salt. It doesn't have the same effects that regular table salt has with people with, the sodium. So check that out. Of course, potassium and magnesium are always good for recovery, and especially if you kind of have the achy or when you're been really sick and you kind of get those heart palpitation feelings, as long as there's no underlying thing you have going on. Those are two good supplements that you need to have. Another thing is, sweat it out. I talk about detoxing and sweating your body. When you're sweating, you're ridding yourself of things. And if you have to induce that with a hot Epsom salt bath, of course, know your limit. Don't get, so overheated and, exhausted from it that it makes you feel worse. But induce that. You kind of induce that little mild fever and induce a sweating to get that out. That, that helps. As far as taste and smell, I've talked about another video. I touched on that about how they were doing things with using horseradish, which still that applies to this. A lot of things with the smell, they're just I just can't smell, or things smell really bad. They just don't smell normal to me. A good thing that helps that is taking castor oil. And you can take castor oil and put a drop in each nostril, 1 or 2 drops in each nostril twice a day. Do it in the morning and then do it before bed. And that will help bring that back and your sense of smell and kind of fix that with what's going on. Intermediate fasting is always good for, your immune system. If you have diabetes, blood sugar issues and everything, be smart, do things safe, like I say about everything that you're going to take or try. But, that helps. The intermediate fasting, instead of doing 3 meals a day, do 2 meals a day. Or don't do your snacks. Of course, you need to have your fluid intake, but it helps, kind of boost and kickstart your immune system for things like that. Another good supplement is ashwagandha. It's a good supplement for adrenal fatigue. And that is something people don't realize. Their adrenals get so taxed when they've been, sick for a long time or battling something, which also, a lot of people will get stress and anxiety if they've been sick, or the fear mongering that goes on makes people stressed and anxious, and that just drains your adrenals. And that supplement is just really good for your adrenal support and kind of, helping boost that back where it needs to be. So these are things and I'll list these down below. I wanted to kind of help you guys out because I do, and I wanted to kind of address it as a whole because I get so many text calls and emails about the lingering symptoms with so many different things. Of course, right now, a lot of it is Rona, but I just wanted to put this out. I hope it helps you guys. And of course, again, if you have any questions, please feel free to email me. I would do my best to always help, or if I cannot and I don't have the answer, I will do my best to direct you to find your answers and do everything safe and be smart about things. Don't want to cause extra damage. If you have any questions as far as things I may recommend, first, especially if you're on prescription medications, call your doctor, call the pharmacist, ask if double check. It never hurts to be extra careful. Otherwise, you guys stay well, God bless, and I will see you next time.